Hi everyone, I'm Grandmaster Magesh Panchanathan from Kings and Queens Chess Academy. Today I'm going to talk about one of the most serious concerns that's coming up in this COVID-19 situation when most people are quarantined and staying at home. Since all our over-the-board tournaments and games have been put on a indefinite pause, most of the students and players have actually started playing online. And you can probably see this in chess.com and Lee Chess and other places where they have live games, Chess 24 or Internet Chess Club. There has been a surge in online play, but unfortunately, with that, there's also been a lot of cheating that's happened, and that's been a concern for most people. So I, want to bring some light, shed some light into this particular issue, and I'm going to do it from a perspective of students and parents. I don't play online games as much anymore. I do play some Blitz for fun on and off, but I'm not playing serious tournaments as much. So I'm not talking about professional level cheating. I'm mainly addressing casual stuff, even tournaments without prize money or small prize money where students and younger kids do it. And that's my main concern. I'm going to address that. Right. There are three things that I want to talk about. Let's start with the very first thing, that is, how do kids or students even find a way to cheat, right? Now you're looking at a chess.com window that I am currently on, and I've logged into it. And usually if you go to live chess, this is the first window you will see. So you will see a board, and of course it says opponent but doesn't say anything because I have not challenged anyone, right? Now typically what students or players do is to go to this option here, and they can select a time control that works for them. So if they say 10 minutes, it's usually 10 minutes each. 5 minutes is blitz, and I guess all of them are blitz. And you go to 1 minute, that's a bullet chess, and that's only 1 minute for each player to complete the whole game. So that's usually super fast. If your child or if your student is early stages of playing, they're probably not playing anything that's that quick. They're probably playing somewhere between 10 minutes or 15 minutes, or possibly 5 and 3 minutes, depending on their level of comfort. Now the first thing I noticed is, if you actually go to any game that's going on, I'm just going to pick a random game right now. Let's go to the 10-10 live thing, and if I go to games, no games in progress. Let's pick another one. Maybe the 5-5 Blitz Arena will give me some games. There you go. So if I click on any game to observe in chess.com, it does, if you notice, the game is going on right there between two players, which are totally random players that we just picked. As an observer, I have two options right here that you need to pay attention to. One is evaluation. The minute I turn that on, you notice that there's a bar on the left that kind of went down, showing that black is much better here with an evaluation of minus 3.93. And the minute I turn the depth lines on, it starts giving me the best moves, the computer's evaluation of the best moves as well. Now, as you would imagine, these options are clearly disabled when you're playing a game. You cannot do this, of course, yeah? And this is just when you're observing a game. But what I've noticed, I'm going to turn this off and we can close this game. Looks like the game just ended. What I've noticed though is chess.com allows you to create multiple accounts if you have multiple email addresses, or it also allows you to log in as a guest, sometimes to view games, right? So students can easily play their game and open another tab or a window in which they can just observe their own game and look at the evaluation. If they're not doing it on their own, sometimes they can do it with a friend. They might be able to take help as a group, and someone is watching someone else's game, and they're either on a call or on a chat, telling each other the moves and helping each other in these bad ways to cheat. Now, this is one of the common things that I've noticed. Other than this, there are options to, I've heard about bots. I don't know about them, but I've heard about them. They're saying there are some bots that can be installed, and they will make a move for you, which is crazy, but I've heard about them. And the last thing is probably the most tedious one, is to use another device. Like, let's say I take my phone, I start playing the move, and every move I play, I start inputting the move on my phone. And this is obviously a little more tedious, but it's very much possible when you're playing longer games, like 10 or 15-minute games, which is what our Sunday tournaments are. We run tournaments every Sunday in Chess Kings and Queens Academy, and that's where this whole process started, for us to start noticing that some players are cheating. So what happens is that they might be able to use, they might be using one of these methods to be cheating, and we need to make sure that we're following and all of those things. Now that you're aware of what can go on, the next thing I want to address is paying attention to chess.com status updates. um, chess.com does a great job in terms of following who is cheating and trying to ban them or trying to take action against them. They also, in my opinion, find a great balance. So it's like they're not trigger hungry. They don't just ban anyone as soon as they see one small thing or something. When they ban, in Daniel Wrench's own words, they're ready to go to court with it, right? They really have enough data to back it up, and that's when they do it. So if you are noticing there is something wrong with your child's account in chess.com, I want you to pay attention to it. I've had countless discussions with parents where they're clearly unaware of what's going on in their child's accounts. I would say, I mean, I had a casual conversation with someone saying, "Oh, my kid's account got canceled or something, and because there was some mistake, and then they switched." No, if something like this happens, I really want you to pay attention to what happened. Why did your kid's account get canceled or banned? The first thing is, if an account was banned, I can tell you 100% with confidence that they're probably just cheating. Okay, they were probably doing some kind of a computer assistance somewhere, and the first thing as a parent or as a coach for us to do is to acknowledge that there has happened, right? I don't believe that there are no second chances. Obviously there are second chances, right? But to make the first right move, you need to accept the mistake. If the student or the player is continuing to cheat and not accepting, that's a bigger problem, right? I don't mind allowing my students, giving my students a chance to learn and fix their problems, but I definitely don't like a situation where I know for sure someone's cheating and they just will not accept, right? Because they're going to continue to do that, right? So if there is a ban, rest assured there was a cheating incident that was going on at least once or more than once, right? Keep that in mind. The second thing is, also notice chess.com sometimes does not allow you to play in tournaments because the account has abandoned too many games. Now this is slightly a lesser offense, but I would still like you to take note of this. If you start a game, you're supposed to complete it. If particularly with young kids, what I've noticed is they start a game and they just kind of abort the game in the middle of the game, right? Because something else came up or they don't want to finish it. Maybe they blunted their queen. That's a little bit of a problem, right? So when you start a game, again, it's not the right sportsman spirit. You want to play the game, you want to complete it. It doesn't matter if it's a good or a bad game, whether you win or lose, right? So one of the things I've noticed is chess.com will take action if you keep on aborting games. So if your child has any message again like that, where they're not allowed to join a tournament or they're not allowed to do something, again, the simplest thing to do is pay attention to what the mistake was. And chess.com has a lot of articles and blogs about what you could do. So make sure you pay attention to the messages and status updates from chess.com and stay in the loop. The last thing, probably the most important thing I'm thinking now, is to be proactive. In the last 2 weeks, I've been unfortunately dealing with so many cases in which most of these students have been fantastic and never done anything bad in their life or never even thought about doing cheating or anything like that, and I'm having discussions with them and their parents about them cheating. Now I look at this as a bigger problem than just the kid doing something. It's also possible that the cost for cheating, or it's also possible that they're put in a situation where it's too tempting for them to do it, right? It's in some sense unfair for us as a society to give or lead our kids to do something bad, right? We don't want to sit around and talk about it after they've done something bad. So my main request is right now to be proactive. What can we do to be proactive? When your kids are playing, just try to make them play always in a more open spot, right? Particularly if they're playing a tournament, just try to make them play in an open spot. You can even tell them that this is a problem that's going on and people are insisting this, right? So you can definitely have a word with them openly about this, to say that staying in an open place or like in a living room or something and playing a tournament reduces the chance of the kid to do something wrong. The second thing is always keep an eye on the games. This is a tough part as a parent. I know we have a lot of other things going on as a coach, other things going on. But if you get a chance, please, walk by, look at their game a little bit, see if they have multiple tabs open or something like that. Now, even if they're not doing anything, this will really put them at a place where there's a very, very high cost or also a very high price. So they won't be able to easily achieve cheating anymore. and this will make it more difficult on their part, right? So that will also discourage them to do it, in my opinion. So I would really say that let's try to be proactive. Let's not wait for our students to mess up and then try to, talk to them to figure it out. Instead, let's try to not give them that opportunity, right? It's not that we suspect everyone to be cheating. It's just that we want to create an environment in which it's not likely for them to cheat, right? And this issue is a very, very concerning issue for me. I've been playing chess for more than 30 years, and it's the one thing that I cherish. Everything in my life at this point is about chess, because I've taught, I've played, I right now interact with kids teaching chess. So um, I feel like there's a lot of value in learning and playing this the right way, right? And I'm pretty sure everyone who comes through our academy, who learns chess anywhere in any corner of the world, have the same feeling, right? You play a sport to learn the right values in life, right? And this is not the place where you want to take a first step that's in the wrong direction, right? So hopefully you guys are with me on this, and feel free to comment or message us if you have any questions. And hopefully you can take all of these actions and prevent this unfortunate kind of idea that's spreading around with the younger generation. Thank you.